Hi guys, today I'll be presenting my applied project on increasing independent manding using a least to most prompting procedure. Functional communication, specifically manding for preferred items, is a really important skill because it allows individuals to express their needs and access reinforcement in an appropriate way. It also promotes independence and reduces reliance on prompts or problem behavior. The purpose of this study was to evaluate whether a least to most prompting hierarchy could increase independent manding in a child with autism who demonstrated emerging communication skills. Previous research supports both prompting procedures and mand training as effective evidence-based practices. So this study aimed to build on that by focusing on increasing independence. For this study, I used an AB-AB reversal design to evaluate the effects of the intervention. The independent variable was the least to most prompting procedure, and the dependent variable was the percentage of independent mands across opportunities. Data were collected using trial-by-trial event recording across 10 contrived manding opportunities per session. During baseline, preferred items were presented without a structured prompting procedure to assess the participants' level of independent responding. During intervention, I implemented a least to most prompting hierarchy. I allowed a brief delay for independent responding, and if no response occurred, prompts were provided in increasing levels of support. Correct responses were reinforced with access to the preferred item as well as social praise. This design allowed me to compare responding across baseline and intervention phases. In baseline, independent manding was low and stable at around 20% with no increasing trend. When the intervention was introduced, there was an immediate increase in independent manding, reaching high and stable levels between 80% and 90%. When the intervention was removed, responding decreased. However, it did not fully return to baseline, and this was likely due to skill acquisition during the intervention phase. These results suggest a functional relation between the prompting procedure and increased independent manding. Overall, the results indicate that the least to most prompting procedure was effective in increasing independent manding. This supports the idea that structured prompting can help develop functional communication and promote independence in learners with autism. However, there were a few limitations. Like I said before, the behavior did not fully reverse during baseline, and this was likely due to that skill acquisition, and this can impact the demonstration of experimental control. Motivation may have also varied across sessions. For future research, I think incorporating an IOA would be helpful, as well as extending the baseline phases. Also considering alternative designs could possibly strengthen future findings. In conclusion, the least to most prompting procedure was effective in increasing independent manding and supporting functional communication despite some limitations. These findings reinforce the importance of using evidence-based strategies to promote independence and skill development in applied settings.